Imagine meeting a millionaire, not just any millionaire, a Rockefeller, one of the most famous and wealthy family names in America. You've probably assumed that person had money, connections, and a background you could verify. Well, for years people believed exactly that, but they were completely wrong. This is the story of the fake Rockefeller. In the 90s, a man began moving through wealthy social circles in America. His name, Clark Rockefeller. At least that's what he called himself. He was charming, well-spoken, dressed the part, and carried himself like someone who had spent his entire life around old money. People weren't looking at him and thinking, scammer! They were looking at him and thinking, of course he's rich. And honestly, back then, it was a lot harder to fact-check people. I mean, no Instagram, no Facebook, no LinkedIn, no spending 3 hours stalking someone's entire life from your couch. Not that I've done that. Or any of you, I'm not accusing anyone of nothing. So when Clark Rockefeller showed up claiming to be a member of one of America's wealthiest families, people believed him. And somehow, the lie worked. Not for a week, not for a month, for years. Clark started building a life most people only dream about. He attended elite events, mixed with wealthy families, made powerful friends, and eventually married a successful businesswoman. At this point, I'd be thinking, okay, but surely someone checked. Apparently not. Because Clark wasn't just pretending to be rich, he was pretending to be an entirely different person. And nobody seemed to notice. Then things started getting weird. People would ask simple questions about his past. But the answer was always vague. So where did you grow up? What school did you attend? Who are your relatives? Yet somehow he kept getting away with it until everything fell apart. After his marriage ended, Clark became involved in a custody battle over his young daughter. And then he did something that sounds like it came straight out of a movie. During a supervised visit with his daughter, he kidnapped her. No, seriously, he kidnapped his own daughter. He took his own child and disappeared. Now suddenly the police were searching for a man whose identity might not even be real. And this is where the story goes from weird to insane. Investigators started digging and they discovered that Clark Rockefeller didn't even exist. Not legally, not officially, not at all. The millionaire, fake. Rockefeller, fake. The entire identity, fake. His real name was actually Christian Gerhardsreiter, a German immigrant who had spent years creating new identities and reinventing himself whenever it suited him, which is already crazy enough. But wait, there's more, because somehow we're still not done. As investigators looked deeper into his past, they connected him to the disappearance of a man years earlier. A case that had remained unsolved. Suddenly, this wasn't just a bizarre story about a guy pretending to be rich. It was something much darker. The man who had fooled high society for years wasn't a Rockefeller, wasn't an aristocrat, wasn't even a millionaire. He was a complete fraud. The craziest part is he didn't pull this off with some genius computer hack. He didn't build a criminal empire. He mostly did it old-fashioned way, by acting like he belonged, which honestly makes this story even creepier, because it makes you wonder how many doors confidence can open, and how many people trust someone simply because they look the part. For years, one of America's most convincing millionaires was neither convincing nor a millionaire. He was just a man telling a lie so big that nobody thought to question it.